What is up? What is up? Y'all seen the little video where we picked up the MST bar and made fun of the poor forklift guy, but you know, that forklift, that's as far as it would lean that way. So I don't know, seems like a poor machine choice for that particular job. But anyway, got it done. That was actually about almost 3 weeks ago. So got it done. We're back. Rebars unloaded, everything. So, but after that, we headed over to Isaiah Industries, who are an American company. They've been around for a long time, and they make metal roofing materials. So they make a metal shingle. You know, it comes as a panel. You'll see it in the video. And you can get different variations, colors. You can get steel or aluminum. Lots of options. And they are supplying all of the materials for the roof on our house that we're building in the back. So we said, you know what, we're gonna come by, check you out, do a little tour and everything, a little factory tour. I like technology and machines and stuff, so I found it interesting. If you do, keep watching.
Raw materials coming in over here, and then they flow through the plant, going to different work cells. Most of our operation centers are raw material and finished goods out, so we don't have a lot of work in process or work in progress kind of stuff. So this press right here that's operating is our Great American Shake. It also runs our Great American Steel Shake. Kind of as an overview, you see the metal coming in on the mandrel at about 28.5 inches wide. It goes through the press and it goes through a series of 5 dies to produce the final product at the end. Each one of those dies changes the part a little bit more. There's a transfer in there that then transfers the each part to the next die for the next operation. And then of course you see Jeff there at the end pulling the parts off the conveyor, inspecting them, and they get packaged from there. So again, we can walk up where you can see into the die opening. Stay about 5 foot away from the press. That will keep us outside of that light curtain I talked about. A couple of you folks asked a question about, you know, how old is the equipment, how long have we owned it, that type of thing. We've then had a history over our lives of buying product lines that have been developed by other companies, and then maybe their goals change and they no longer want that product line, and you know, we have acquired it from them. So it kind of saves us some of those real high costs of development of new equipment, and allows us to yet enter into the market with a very viable product line. So a lot of the equipment you see here probably dates back to the 70s, maybe the 60s, maybe even the 50s in some cases. The reality is, with stamping equipment and other sort of press room equipment, it hasn't changed a lot over 60, 70 years. We've added things like controllers and safeties and things to make it better, but the equipment is probably heavier than the equipment being produced today when you get right down to it. So we've always kind of specialized in buying product lines from other companies and then making a go with them. So the machine that we saw right now probably dates back to about 72. This is one machine I don't know the history of as well as some of the others, but we have owned this machine for about 20 years at this point.
See, taking old technology and adding automation to it and safety gear and everything, and you can make it more efficient.
So this press to the right over there is our Castle Shake press. That runs our Castle Shake steel shingle. That is a product that was developed by Reynolds Aluminum back in the 60s, and we acquired it from them in the late 80s. One of the things I wanted to point out, you see on some of the coils around, especially these ones behind me, they have what we call print coats. They are not just solid color. And that's really been kind of a big development in metal shingle roofing over the last 10 to 15 years. Has been the development of, you don't have to buy a roof that's all green or all brown or all black. It can have patterns on it. It can have various colors on it to give it more depth, more appeal, more texture. So it's always interesting when you look at the coils and you see that metal, and then you think about what that looks like when it gets formed into an actual product also. So this press here is what we call our blanking press. This is part of our Castlewood line. Castlewood is actually a two-step manufacturing line where we start out by making blanks of shingles, and then the shingles go into the forming press where they get formed. So this is the blanking press here. This press also runs the ridge and hip cap for Castlewood, and I believe that's the tool that's in there right now. Most of our machinery, especially the big machines, we do not change dies in and out to run different parts. They run one thing all the time. One of the things I want to mention real quick on standing seam, we're a little unique in that we offer both crated and box options on standing seam as far as packaging. So we can build the big crates, and you have to have some sort of big equipment there to get it off of a flatbed. But a lot of our orders tend to be a little bit smaller, and those a lot of times we will just put the panels in boxes, which makes them easier for shipping and also easier for unloading and easier for transport on the job site if you don't have a forklift or a telehandler or something on the job site. So that's just kind of a unique offering that we have. Press is closed right now, so the ram is all the way down, so we can't see in there, unfortunately. But again, this runs our rusted shingle. It's a series of 5 dies. The metal comes in at 30 inches wide, goes through that series of 5 dies. Like most of these machines, they run about a stroke every 4 to 5 seconds. So about every 4 to 5 seconds, we have a final product that comes out at the end of the press, end of the line. So a lot of our unfinished goods are stored in these racks here. As I mentioned, we run things to inventory, and then we're able to meet customer orders pretty quickly. A lot of orders for standard product can ship within 2 to 3 days. Go through an oven as they go down to there, and that oven burns off the forming oil that's on there.
And they recycle all of that.
So this is pretty much the end of the tour. A couple things, as I mentioned earlier, this machine back there is our grand tile. That runs our barrel tile panel. We run the barrel tile panel both in modules of 2 courses, or we can also run it in continuous.
All right, so this is where we went to their office building and training facility. So they have all these different type roofs set up, mock-ups that they do. If you want to be a reseller of their product and installer, you go up there, they do a training. The guys that are going to install my metal roof, I'm going to cover sending them up there for the training and stuff. Guy had a really very knowledgeable people. There's all kinds of different roof styles. You see the one that looks like terracotta, standing seam, lots of different stuff set up. So you go in there and they go through hands-on training, checking out some materials. So he was showing me some different styles and things they're working with, and the different colors you can get and styles and everything. As we go through and pick out pretty close to know what we're going to go with, but they actually on their website, they have the color charts that Thomas from Finch Designs, you could, or if you have someone that's doing a rendering for you, they can drag in so you can really see exactly, instead of just a filler color, what's going on. Some more up close shots. Vehicle in there, I didn't ask him what it was about, which I should have, seeing as I'm a car guy, but I'm assuming that's probably the original owner's car or something kept in there. So you can make different selections. That's pretty cool, right? So you see it's got the different color variations and everything in it. We'll be doing a training soon, and once we do, I'm going to see if I can film it and show everybody what's it about. He's who I've talked to the most. He's the territory manager. He's lives here, but he's from England, and Had some great discussions. He's got a lot of insights. So look forward to working with him. So, I mean, this was main rundown. Hope you enjoyed it. Here you see one that they're going to be training on. They also sell the underlayments. Lots of good stuff to look forward to. Lots of content. Appreciate everybody following along, and we'll see you in the next one.